Hi everyone, I'm JD from Willowbound Journals, and today I am taking you thrifting with me again for this video. I was fortunate enough to be able to go to one of my favourite shops for a second time this year, Kitten Vintage Mackay. It is about 2.5 hours from where I live, so I don't get to go there very often, but two of my friends went there with me. And we got there about an hour before closing time, so we got to spend a fun hour walking around. This is the first room you walk into as you open the front door, and straight away you can just see what an amazing shop this is, with lots of glassware, crystal, trinkets, knickknacks over by the counter. They have some paper goodies, things like vintage magazines and wrapping paper and postcards. They have jewelry and old cameras and just lots of fun things. You really do need to spend many hours there to be able to find all of the treasures and appreciate just everything that there is in this shop, because you can so easily miss things just walking through quickly or just once. And there's just cabinets full of all sorts of fun things to look at. So I love going to this shop to look for junk journal supplies in particular. So I look for vintage books, I look for sewing patterns, vintage magazines, paper ephemera, that kind of thing. I also do look for things like crystal dishes and glass dishes. I kind of collect them, although I am a bit selective because I don't have much space left in my room. So I do have to be selective with what I bring back into my room. But I do have a few crystal dishes and some blue dishes. That's kind of what I'm looking for, either crystal or blue glass. And I store my hair things in there, my jewelry, my rings, and I've got some on my desk. So I've got some on my dresser and some on my desk. The ones on my desk hold paper clips and paper ephemera, and sometimes they hold my scissors and little trinkets, little charms and things like that. So yeah, I didn't get any dishes today, but I did find a vintage skirt. It's actually a vintage petticoat from the 1950s. I found it in this dress room. One of my favorite things about this shop is that there's lots of different rooms. It's a very, very big place, and each room has its own theme. So this is the dress room with lots of clothes and handbags, shoes and accessories. And over in this little corner, I found this really, really lovely vintage petticoat. And I'd been looking for a skirt for a while now to do a creative photo shoot. I love doing creative photo shoots with creative self-portraits. And there's one I really want to recreate from Sabrina Ward Harrison called Her Standing Grace. So I've been looking for a skirt, and I'm not really into the boho peasant style. So this was perfect. This vintage skirt with more of the tulle and the lace detail, that's a skirt that I would actually wear, because I wouldn't necessarily wear the boho peasant style. But that one I definitely would. I just need to get the elastic, a new elastic, and get it sized to fit me. So I'll go ahead and get that altered. And yeah, I can wear it with leggings. So even though it is a petticoat, it looks great as a skirt as well. Here are my two friends that I went to Kitten Vintage Mackay with. This is Leesey and Noreen. And Noreen actually asked me to do thrifting videos because she likes thrifting videos, watching them on YouTube. So that was really fun to be able to do one with her going thrifting with me, and she actually filmed some footage as well. So I believe this is Noreen now filming this footage right now for you. So that's really exciting. I have this kind of dream where I'd love to travel, go around Australia and maybe even travel around the world and go to different vintage places and estate sales and thrift shops and antique stores and look for junk journal supplies. I think that would be so fun, and to go with friends and do filming around the world in different places. I think that would be so awesome. So maybe one day in dreamland, but already, going here and having Noreen filming here with me while I'm thrifting, that was so fun. And when I was in Melbourne, my mum came with me to a lot of the different shops that I went to looking for junk journal supplies, and she filmed quite a lot of footage of me thrifting as well. So it's been really fun having other people involved with my channel. And again, here is Noreen filming me walking around one of my favorite rooms in this shop. I think of it as the sewing room. So it's got some sewing patterns, some doilies, some linens, some vintage hankies, buttons, that kind of thing. Usually I get sewing patterns and doilies whenever I go here, but I already have so many, so I had to be selective. What I picked up this time was that skirt, and I picked up 3 more vintage Australian home journal magazines, which is really great timing because yesterday on my channel I put up a video of my finished journal collection of the journals that I made out of the Australian home magazines that I got from Kitten Vintage Mackay when I went there in July with my sister and nephew. So it was great to come back here. I actually filmed this in September. So now I have 3 more vintage home journal magazines, Australian home journal magazines, to make more journals out of them. I'm going to do something different with those ones though. Those packs there, the owner, Deb, she said that I inspired her to put those packs together. They are journal packs, so with lots of paper ephemera, postcards, photos, that kind of thing. So I did pick up quite a few of those this visit as well. So that's what I got this trip. I got the vintage petticoat, 3 Australian home journal magazines, and a bunch of those packs. So coming up on my channel, I will share a look at what was inside of those journal packs. I think I got 4 of them, 4 or 5 of them, and all of them were sort of like a mystery pack. You're not sure what is in them, so it was really fun to come home and open everything up and have this lovely pile of goodies. So here is another room, and just so many fun things like vintage books and lots of crystal everywhere, which I love. And there is a mirror, and I love crystal doorknobs. My dream is to have crystal doorknobs on every door and on every cabinet and on all of the drawers in my room one day. I'm not sure if you saw that mirror down below on the floor has sort of those scalloped edges. In Dreamland, if I ever get my own creative studio, I'd love to put one of those types of mirrors there. My grandma had a mirror like that with some swans etched in the corner, and I've never seen a mirror exactly the same as hers, but I've seen similar mirrors in that same sort of style, and I think that would be lovely to put into a room to remind me of my grandma. So this little room here has some more vintage sewing patterns, and look how many there are. There are so many. And yeah, I've got a whole drawer in my desk that has got vintage patterns. So as much as I love these, and if my budget allowed, I would be totally happy to get all of them. But yeah, I do have a drawer full. So I used to love making journals out of these, but I've done it so many times. Eventually I want to do new things. I want to make new journals and try new creative projects. So I'm sort of, I guess, taking a break from these types of journals made out of the vintage sewing patterns, but I love using them for my personal journals, for my personal book pages. I use quite a lot of the sewing patterns for the book pages of my visual memoir that I am in the process of publishing. I scanned all the pages this week, and I still need to take some photos of some of the pages that can't be scanned, and I need to edit all the photos and then collate them all. I've been in contact with a printer, getting some quotes for the book to be printed, and looking into all these different things, Photoshop and Lightroom to edit the photos. So everything is happening, and thank you so much to everyone who has contributed to the book fundraiser and the journal raffle. It's just been so amazing seeing everyone's support, and I can't thank you enough. I am currently compiling the thank you page and adding all of your names to that page. So that is super exciting. Now, this room here, again, I just was getting distracted by crystal. I'm always, like I said, looking for crystal dishes. And again, if my budget allowed, I would be totally happy just getting every single crystal dish I can get my hands on, but I do have to be selective. I've only got so much space, so it has to be quite small. I've only got room for maybe one more dish, and a small dish at that. So this one, I love the glass bottles too, they're really cool, is called the Map Room, I believe. And this table, I love this table. What I love even more than the table is the vintage keys. I was tempted to ask if the keys could be sold separately, but the little label says the table is sold as a whole. But I love keys. They're one of those things that I am always looking for journals. Vintage keys, I love the large size. They're so cool, the silver ones especially. So I'll just keep my eyes out for more that aren't part of a table. Moving on to this other room here. This is, I guess you'd call it the kitchen room. There's my friends again, Leesey and Noreen. They did give permission to be included in this video, so that was really fun. I love including them. And this room is full of glassware, vintage kitchen goodies, goods, supplies. Not really my type of room because I'm not really into cooking at all, but still fun to look at. And I really hope you enjoyed this thrifting video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys. Thank you to my beautiful patrons who supported me in September. You are wonderful and I appreciate you so much. Thank you for believing in what I do. If you would like to become a patron, my Patreon website is linked down below in the description box, and that's where you get access to all my extra videos, including the monthly Making a Journal series videos, plus all my printable kits from my Etsy are on my Patreon for the rubies. And depending on your tier level, there's mail that can be sent out to you, little happy mails or journals, and that kind of thing. So thank you so much for all your amazing support and words of kindness and encouragement. It means so much to me.